What up, Earthlings?
Say hi, everybody.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Marin, and welcome to my bedroom. So today's video is going to be a little bit different, a little bit out of the box. I was really excited to make this video. I had a lot of fun researching this video and looking up all the songs, and I am a huge music lover and I'm a huge lyrics person, and I loved dissecting all of these songs. It was a lot of fun for me, and who doesn't love Disney music, right? I mean, come on, we all need that inner child in us to come out more often, right? Am I right? As you can see by the title, this video is going to be about hidden positive messages in Disney songs. Disclaimer, I'm just gonna start the video with this because I just know my audience and I know that we're probably on the same page about a lot of things. So if you're even on my channel, I'm sure you're somewhat open-minded and maybe a conspiracy theorist. And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm aware that many, if not all, of the Disney movies are pretty much about LSD or hallucinogenics, and also I think a lot of them tie in with MK Ultra and that whole mind control. If you are familiar with conspiracies, you probably know what I'm talking about. If not, I don't know if I recommend going down the Walt Disney rabbit hole. It's pretty evil. But if you're interested, just type in MK Ultra Disney and just beware. It's graphic stuff, but I believe it to be true. I'm aware that a lot of these songs are about drugs, and the more I was researching them, the more obvious it became. I'm aware of the dark side of Disney. I know there's a lot of hidden, like, sexual things in them. I understand the whole evil occult behind that. I've seen all the videos. I went down that rabbit hole many years ago, but in this particular video, I'm going to be focusing on the positive side of Disney. I think that they also have a lot of subliminal positive messages in there as well, and I think a lot of them are about the law of attraction and all these things I'm going to explain when I start the video. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm well aware of the evil side. I'm well aware of that whole conspiracy. I'm aware that MK Ultra is a thing. I believe it's still happening in Hollywood. I think it's disgusting and sick, and I think that there's many songs out there that are about MK Ultra. But that is not what this video is about. I'm gonna focus on how I think these songs are positive. So the reason I had the idea to do this video, hey buddy, was so I was listening to Pandora one day while I was getting ready, because I always listen to music when I get ready, and I accidentally hit the Disney station. Yes, it is one of my stations, don't judge me. So I ended up not even changing the station. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna rock out to some Disney music while I get ready for work today. And so I did. And so Bare Necessities starts playing, and I'm, singing along because, like I said, who doesn't love some good Disney music? I know that I do. And, oh, I was gonna say that in the beginning of the video too. Like, we all love Disney songs. Well, maybe it's just me, but I feel like a lot of us, like, in this generation really love Disney music, and it's probably because our subconscious mind is connecting with what they are talking about subliminally, because a lot of the subliminal messages, like I'm going to talk about, are about the law of attraction and stuff like that, so it kind of makes sense, and also they're very catchy too. But maybe it's just a theory that I had, like, maybe, or not a theory, a hypothesis, that maybe that's why we resonate with them so much, because we resonate with the subliminal positive message behind it. But anyways, so I'm listening to the Bare Necessities, and the line that jumped out at me was when he says, it's kind of towards the end and he's just talking about it. By the way, I have notes on all the ones I'm going to talk about. It was hard narrowing it down because almost all the Disney songs had some sort of message in it, so I was like, damn. But I narrowed it down to these ones I'm going to talk about, so if you are interested in this different, out-of-the-box video, just keep watching. I thought it would be interesting to make because nobody that I'm aware of has done anything like this, and I was in a funk for a while. I didn't know what kind of videos to make. I was feeling unmotivated, and when I accidentally hit this channel and the song came on and I had this idea, I was like, yes! And I loved it. I loved every minute. I was actually really excited to film a video for a while and do the research behind it, and I haven't felt that in a long time, so this was fun for me. And I love dissecting song lyrics. Like, I've been writing songs since I could write. I've been writing poems since I could write. I love lyrics, so this was like my favorite video that I've ever had to make so far. So if you guys like this, let me know, and I will do more like this on other songs, like just, you know, mainstream music that I think have subliminal messages behind it. Because I think there's a lot of celebrities out there that also know about the law of attraction and stuff like that, and I think that a lot of songs are about that. But anyways, let's get into it. So Bare Necessities jumped out at me because at the end, it's like I'm staring at this ring light, and then when I try to read, like, all I see is neon green ring light. So the line that jumped out at me was when he says, "And don't spend your time looking around for something you want that can't be found. When you find out you can live without it and go along not thinking about it, I'll tell you something true. The bare necessities of life will come to you." And I was listening to it and I was just like, oh snap, that is totally about letting go. That's totally about not being in resistance. Stay. That line just jumped out at me and I was like, wow, this is totally about letting go of resistance. Totally. So basically in that line he's saying, don't focus on something so much to the point where it's like you put yourself in a lack of that because you're saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. When you say you want, you're in a state of lack, like you don't already have it. So the line when he says, when you find out you can live without it and go along not thinking about it, I'll tell you something true, the bare necessities of life will come to you. So he's basically saying when you let go, like put your desire out there into the universe, but let go of it and don't hold resistance to the outcome. And when you stop worrying about, you know, if you're gonna get it or not, and when you like kind of forget about it, then the bare necessities of life will come to you. Then you're gonna get what you want. Once you realize that you are grateful for the things that you have right now and that you don't need it, but you desire it, and once you let go of the attachment to it, then it will come to you. And I think that song also, quite obviously by the title, Bare Necessities, it's about, you know, being grateful for what you have, not being super materialistic, and being more of a minimalist. That's what I took away from this song. Another one that is quite obvious is Hakuna Matata. Being worry-free means no worries for the rest of your days. This one is pretty obvious, don't need to go into much detail about it, but the song speaks for itself. It's about being carefree, being in a state of happiness and being childlike. And when you are in the state of pure bliss and happiness and following your passions and doing what you love, then you don't have any worries. And I think that we go through life thinking that we're just supposed to work hard, work hard, work hard, but I personally don't think that's why we are here. I think we're meant to experience joy and happiness and bliss and living free. So that's what I get out of Hakuna Matata. I'm just gonna look up the lyrics while I'm talking about it so I don't forget things that I want to say about each song. I listened to Disney radio, by the way, for like 2 weeks before making this video, so you're welcome. Not like I didn't like every minute of it though. The next one I want to talk about is Belle from Beauty and the Beast. The main song, it's actually called Belle. It's like the beginning of the movie. This one for me, I personally felt like was about feeling alone and different during an awakening. Some people think she's crazy and strange, and she's kind of seeing the bigger picture. Like, she isn't into the whole, you know, working a 9-to-5 job. You know, the lyrics, there goes the baker with his tray like always, the same old bread and rolls to sell. One of the lyrics in that song is, there must be more to this provincial life. Like, she is thinking outside of the box. She doesn't want to work a 9-to-5 and be in the rat race like everybody else. And I think that going through an awakening, you really resonate with this, and people may think you're crazy. because also in these lyrics, it's she's nothing like the rest of us, yes, different from the rest of us is Belle. Okay, sorry, I'm terrible at singing, but so like in the song, they keep talking about she's so peculiar. She's so peculiar. Oh my god, I can't say that word. She's so peculiar. Peculiar? No, that sounds weird. She's so peculiar and different. And I think that when you're going through an awakening, I mean, that happens to most of us. Like, you are kind of looked at as, you know, a tinfoil hat wearing, or you're kind of like crazy or weird. You know, maybe you quit your job and you stopped talking to close family members and friends because you just started awakening, and your circle gets smaller a lot of the times in this process because you're learning a lot, you're going through a lot, you're changing a lot, your vibration is shifting, and when you're raising your vibration on a different level, you're gonna interact with different people, and there's gonna be that group in the beginning, especially calling you weird or peculiar, just thinking you're a little bit different. So that's what I got from the song Belle. The next one is A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes from Cinderella. And to me, this song is definitely about the law of attraction, believing, having faith that your desires will manifest, and really just having that faith and trust in the universe, and that holding that belief to be true. If you believe it already happened, then it's going to happen. So the lyrics, like, a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you will lose your heartaches. Whatever you wish for, you keep. Have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. That speaks for itself right there. I totally think this song is about the law of attraction. All the happiness and joy and things in your life that you want can be yours, and I think that that's what this song is pertaining to. The next song I want to talk about is from a newer Disney movie, but it kept popping up on my Disney station because I kept listening just to get more ideas. And it's from Tangled, and it's the song I See the Light. To me, this represents awakening, finding yourself, kind of going through life a zombie, and then waking up and being present and seeing you and connecting with your higher self. So if you're not familiar with the song, I would suggest just looking it up if you're interested. But the main chorus is, and at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted, and at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new, and it's a warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you. So that last line, I really feel like she's really seeing herself and connecting with her higher self for the first time. She sees the light, she's awakening, she crossed over to her spiritual side, and she is seeing the light and finding herself, and just like I said, connecting with the universe and connecting with herself. And it says the fog has lifted. It's kind of like before you're awakening, you just kind of go through life a zombie, you know, going through the motions. You aren't really present. And I think this song is about kind of snapping out of that and being like, oh, now I finally see things, and I see myself for who I really am. The next one I want to talk about, which is quite obvious about LSD, but we're going to say today that it's about, also about the law of attraction and positive thinking. Because I think it's also about this, like, on the other interpretation side of it. But it's You Can Fly by Peter Pan. And I think it's about positivity will lead you to happiness, abundant life, letting go of resistance, thinking happy thoughts. When you are in a positive state of mind, you attract more things in your life that are going to be positive. Obviously, if you're aware of the law of attraction, that makes sense. But the lyrics in the song, now think of the happiest things. It's the same as having wings. Let's all try it just once more. Look, we're rising off the floor. We can fly, we can fly. Think of a wonderful thought, any merry little thought. Think of Christmas, think of snow. Let the sleigh bells, off you go. Like a reindeer in the sky, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly. By the way, did you guys know that Santa Claus is and became a, like, thing because of people tripping on psilocybin mushrooms. Fun fact, but look it up. I totally think it's true. But anyways, like I said, this song is definitely about psychedelics for sure. But I need to stop talking about that because it's not what this video is about. If you guys want me to make a video about how these songs are also about other things, let me know because I love this kind of stuff. So yeah, like I said, this song is about positivity and happy thoughts lead you to a happy life. The next one, and one of my favorite Disney songs and movies, is from Aladdin, and it's A Whole New World. So what I wrote here, for me, I interpret it as awakening, coming from your heart space, coming into a new world, the age of Aquarius, the 5D, the golden era. One of the lines that caught me was, "Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide?" So like coming from that heart space, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. I think this song is also about going through an awakening and that veil being lifted. The diamond sky part, again, LSD for sure, but Walt Disney was tripping balls all the time, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, okay, I need to stop with the drugs. I kind of want to make that video now though. I think I'm going to. Give this video a thumbs up if I should. Like I said, I think it's about awakening. So, moving on. The most overplayed Disney song, and if you have kids, you probably know this. I don't have kids, but I have 9 nieces and nephews, and even I was sick of this song. Let It Go from Frozen. Obviously in the title, it's about letting go of resistance. I feel like it's being proud of being you, following who you are, being proud to be awake and aware, coming into your own and your own uniqueness and really owning who you really are and not trying to be like everybody else. In the movie, she, you know, has her powers that she kind of doesn't let go. She holds them in and she's very resistant to them. And the song Let It Go, you all know how it goes. Don't act like you don't. But again, this one doesn't really need a lot of explaining. And one of the lyrics I wrote down that jumped out at me was, "And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all." So it's about, you know, letting go of resistance. Let it go, let it go. It's definitely about letting go, not holding on to resistance, and what you resist persists. So when you just let go, then you can start manifesting your life. And yes, and the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all is definitely about releasing those fears and having faith in the universe. The next one, and I have a lot of, the next one's going to be from Pocahontas, and I have like 3 other ones from Pocahontas. Definitely my favorite soundtrack is from Pocahontas. I'm going to talk about pretty much all the main ones: Just Around the River Bend, Colors of the Wind, and then Listen to Your Heart. Pocahontas has very deep, meaningful songs, and I just really have always resonated with the Pocahontas songs. I think they're really deep and they're very spiritual. Obviously, with it being about a Native American, they're going to be that way, and I really resonate with it a lot. I love all the songs in Pocahontas. Like I said, it's probably my favorite soundtrack of all Disney movies. So first I'm going to talk about Just Around the River Bend. I wrote that this was not about having a normal life. Like she says, "Should I marry Cocoam? Has all my dreaming come to an end?" She doesn't really want the typical life with the husband and kids. She's dreaming outside of the box. I think this song is about following your passions and dreams. First lyrics are, "What I love most about rivers is you can't step in the same river twice. The water's always changing, always flowing. But people, I guess, can't live like that. We all must pay a price. To be safe, we lose our chance of ever knowing what's around the river bend, waiting just around the river bend." I think this song is definitely about following your passions, and following your heart and being true to who you really are, about not forgetting those creative things that you had as a child and really going for it and living your passions, because like I always say, I think when you follow your passion, the universe will reward you with abundance and you will just overall be happy and be doing what you came here to do. Like when you are loving what you're doing, And if money wasn't an issue, you woke up tomorrow and money had nothing to do with anything, what would you do every day? That is your passion. Do that. And I think that's what this song is talking about. So the other obvious one from Pocahontas is Colors of the Wind. This song is definitely about everyone being one. We are all one. We are all connected. We are all connected in an invisible energy force field that you can't see, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. Everything is alive in energy. We are all connected with nature. I mean, the lyrics speak for themselves. This is by far my top favorite Disney song of them all. I love this song. I think it's beautifully written, and I think it says 1,000 words, and it's definitely talking about being one, and we are all connected, and we should all work together in harmony and really respect Mother Nature for what it is, and really give her the credit, and really just, like I said, respect Mother Nature and understanding how we are all intertwined and we are all connected. The last end of the song, she says, you can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with the colors of the wind. I think that's about like really understanding where we all come from and the connection that we have with Mother Nature, and not looking at everything as a price tag. And then she also talks about like whether I am white or coppered skin, like just seeing everyone for what they are and not judging and not separating and putting all these separations between us. It's about all coming together in unity and being one and respecting the earth. The other one for Pocahontas is the Listen with Your Heart. It's the tree, like her grandmother tree that she's talking to. But this song to me is about following your gut instincts and intuition, coming from your heart space, and trusting your higher self. So the next one is Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid. And this one, I wrote, the grass isn't always greener. Being grateful for what you have now, so more things will come into your life for you to be grateful for, and not selling out, not selling your soul. Obviously you all know the song, but I think it's about really being grateful for where you are at and not always thinking that your happiness resides in if you had all these material things, because happiness is a state of mind, it's a state of being, it's a state of your heart, and it's something that comes from within. And you know, the seaweed is always greener on somebody else's lake. So it's about being grateful for what you have, and all these things that you can accumulate aren't going to make you happy. That has to come from within, and until you don't go in and love yourself and become happy, it doesn't really matter where you go, or having all the money in the world, or having cars and a big mansion and expensive things. You can have all that and be a very depressed person. So I think it's teaching you to really know that happiness is a state of mind, and the grass isn't always greener on the other side. You can't buy happiness. Happiness is from within. So that's what I took away from that song. The next one is Reflection from Mulan. I wrote down that this, to me, represented awakening, listening and connecting with your inner self, being true to who you really are. I think it's mainly about authenticity and being real and true to who you really are, and not trying to fit the mold of what your family expects of you or your friends. When will my reflection show who I really am inside? She's feeling one way, but she is putting on a fake act for her parents or for her family to be this certain way, but she isn't being authentic. So I think this song is really about finding who you really are and trusting in that, and really just stepping in and becoming who you were meant to be and your authentic self, and really stepping into your own skin and owning it, and not living the way that somebody else thinks that you should live, but living how you want to live and what makes you happy, and following your passions. So the next one is Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty. I know you, I walked with you once upon a dream. And then it's like the look in your eyes is so familiar gleam. To me, this song, side note, it screams MK Ultra Handler, but anyways. But to me, on the positive note of this song, I feel like it represents your soul family and reincarnation. And I believe in soul families. If you aren't familiar with what soul families are, it's where the people in your life, so like your family and your close friends, relatives, a lot of people think that every time you reincarnate, you kind of are with those same entities and the roles can be switched. Like maybe in one lifetime, your father was your brother or your significant other, or maybe like you or your mom or your dad in a different life, and like keep switching in your soul family. Those lyrics to me represent that. Like the look in your eyes is so familiar, a gleam. I think that's when you have that connection with someone and you're just like, oh my god, I know them. Like, how do I know you? Like, it feels like you have seen them before, or it feels like you've known them forever and it's maybe someone that you just met. So I think this song is representing that, your soul families and people that you have been incarnating with multiple times throughout all of your lifetimes. So those were just a couple of the songs. There's a lot more that I could have done, but I know that this video is already probably super long, and I'm not even sure how you guys are going to react to it. I don't know if you liked this video. I personally did. I loved listening to the Disney Channel for like 2 weeks straight, I'm not even gonna lie, and I love dissecting lyrics. Like, it was so much fun for me. Like, that's totally one of my passions, is writing songs and lyrics and listening to songs and dissecting what they really mean. And I should say how I interpreted them. Some people may interpret them way differently, but this was just how I interpreted the songs. So if you guys like this video, let me know. I could always do like a part 2, like I said, about like the other meaning I think that they have, and also just add more songs. Like, there's tons of other ones that I was listening to, and almost all of them I felt like were kind of about the law of attraction and stuff like that. So if you guys liked this video as much as I liked making it, let me know in the comments below. I really love hearing your feedback. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. And I think that's it. I highly recommend you pause the video and listen to all the songs that I talk about. It will definitely take you back, and when you listen to it, you'll be like, oh yeah. It'll like click, and you'll be like, wow, yes, it is totally about the law of attraction and spiritual things. So I recommend you do that, because I had tons of fun listening to all these songs. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. To all my lovers out there, I give you love and light. And to all my haters out there, I give you extra love and light. And many hugs. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.